and our prepaid fiber internet served to Sawa. At the same time, we are putting value-added services for our subscribers to fully enrich their digital lives. We've actually just started. We can't wait to bring more innovative products into our people's lives, whether in their homes or in their businesses. Once again, thank you, Ookla and Mr. Bai, for this recognition. These awards affirm our efforts in this dream of giving everyone the best internet experience. Thank you, everyone, and have a pleasant afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ms. Grace Uy, for sharing with us your message. Now going to our next speaker, as the president of Ziff Davis's Connectivity Division, overseeing Ookla, Ikahao, route metrics, and related properties. He brings to Ziff Davis 3 decades of experience across wireless, cable, and wireline providers in the US and several other countries. A seasoned senior executive, he has experience across sales and marketing, product management, technology, and network development, network engineering and operations, and IT, as well as corporate strategy and M&A. Let's give him a warm round of applause, the Ookla President and CEO, Mr. Stephen Bai.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, and thank you very much for allowing me to come here and congratulate each of you and every one of you on this wonderful award room who's helped make it happen. And it's, I can't say, enough about what it takes, the hard work, the sweat, the dedication, the perseverance to actually win any one of these awards, let alone all 4 of them. So congratulations to the leadership team, the management team, congratulations to every one of you and what you've had to do in order to allow the company to win these kind of awards. We pride ourselves at Ookla as being an independent arbitrator. We look at the metrics, we look at the data, we let the data tell the story. It's a great story when someone can win all 4 awards. And so building these networks, and especially in a country like the Philippines, is very tough given the demography, sort of the terrain and what you're dealing with and regulations. Every country has its challenges, but the Philippines has some unique challenges. And the fact that you've overcome those in order to win these awards is great. But it's really not about me. This is a celebration for you. It's a celebration for your great company. It's a celebration for the Filipinos and your customers because closing the digital gap and the broadband gap, providing connectivity to your citizens actually helps to improve the economic growth of this country and their economic prosperity. So I applaud each and every one of you, and thank you for allowing me to come here and be part of this celebration. It's an honor to be here, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Bai, thank you for joining us today and for being here with us. Now, moving on to our next speaker, a self-made industrialist with an eye for the future and a mind for innovation. He implemented the first ever data over cable service in the Central Luzon region with Comclark Network and Technology Corporation. The company gradually expanded its customer base in suite of services. With his expertise in ICT, he leads several companies in the country as well as board membership in technology companies abroad. Recognized as a game changer and futurist in his field, Mr. Uy was named as the Entrepreneur of the Year and Master Entrepreneur at the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year Philippines 2022 Awards. Let us all welcome the CEO and co-founder of Converge, Mr. Dennis Anthony Uy.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. Mr. Stephen Bai, he traveled all the way from Denver. When I'm 30 years back, Denver is the hub of O2 award from Ookla in these past years. Now, we have swept all 4 major awards to give us a reason to celebrate. This is a milestone in product and services excellence, and we own this to all our hardworking Converge workforce. Last week, we celebrated the 30 years anniversary of the Philippine Internet. So 30 years, that is 1994. So 1994, that time is pager. Internet just not noticed everyone that time. But we started in Philippines, the first router installed here. I still remember the first router I personally installed, called Bay Network, is a small router. Follow, a year after, we installed the Cisco 2500. So this is late 90s. When I started the cable company in 1994, 93, after Right Pinatubo, that's a coax cable, only one way. So we started first the dial-up in maybe 96, and the first fiber I installed 1996. Do you know how much per meter that time? $9 a meter. Today it's just only centavos a meter. After 30 years. During that time, you know how the waistline I have? I'm only 26, 27 years. Today, my waistline is 36 already. So after 3 decades, changed everything. Technology moved fast after first cable operator in the Philippines to provide a proprietary DOCSIS internet during my time. Israel technology is not even a standard yet. I spent $350 a modem. I started first in the Fifth Avenue. You know Fifth Avenue? What's Fifth Avenue during that time? That's all the bars. The American left, and that's all nightclubs. Because these Americans, they're using a lot of internet for streaming before. And I still remember, I had one client. You know how much E1 cost before? $30,000 per month. That's the cost of internet during that time. Dial-up, combined with this one virtual. They doing some, I have a client during that, the virtual bars. And that's 30, almost 25 years back. They have a virtual bar to have online dating with these go-go dancers, and you're paying ladies drink online using that internet. Okay? Imagine 25 years back, that's a long, long time back. Then we start cable internet, we start dial-up. Dial-up, we start 2001 nationwide using PLDT planes. So I have a serial number, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, 100 pesos per hours. Right? That time. And you see all the modem, 20, 8, and then 54K. Then transform from DOCSIS. Then, at that time, I started using fiber, 96, but massively 2000 already, 2000, 2002. I'm acquiring another company from adjacent of Pampanga to able to expand this presence today, including Metro Manila. When I came to Metro Manila, I built the infrastructure already, entire Central Luzon, hanggang Olongapo, Bataan, Tarlac, all this coverage area. I built my presence, and before I came to Metro Manila. In fact, when I first time came to Metro Manila, we partnered with Destiny Cable, you still remember. Now Destiny is gone. We're using fiber optic, and I help Destiny to provide internet to the consumer because of the technology we have. And I'm using the fiber access to enter the B2B market. We came here to Metro Manila first to B2B. And because we don't have access. At that time, I don't have that enough money to expand. That's very expensive, right? So you can see the history how we have today because of passion, because of the technology, and before taking a lead with two giant. What service to you? Accept it or not, we don't have choice. Today, we have this technology competition, and this is now is happy everyone with the product. Eh, we at Converge are happy that we're able to contribute to the development, the internet of our country through our fiber technology. From the less 2% fixed broadband penetration in 2011, 2% home penetration of fixed broadband. Before Converge started operation, we are now almost 25% internet penetration of fiber throughout the country, but still far compared to regional countries. At 3,500 pesos, you can get 8 meg during that time. Now, for a promo, you can get 1 gig for the same price. In terms of the speed, our average in 2014 was 3.6 meg. But last year, it is already 92.9 meg according to Ookla. For the Converge, we are ended 2023 with the median internet speed of 104 Mbps, surpassing the national average. Our mantra is to leave no one behind. We dream of the day that every Filipino should have access to the world-class reliable internet connectivity, no matter where they are or their economic status. Now, we wait to give them a full digital experience. Thank you again for your recognition and have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sir Dennis, for sharing those facts with us. Not only facts, but going back in history, as you can see, we have really gone a long way, Sir Dennis. I think, Sir Dennis, you lost the idea of having the dating apps under your name instead. You could have helped a lot of other people, the lonely people, but you know, that's another story. Speaking of stories, we have coming up next an exciting segment, side discussion as how we would like to call it, and we would like to have us join us on Mr. Jesus Romero. Although I think we might need to add a few more chairs. question. We'd like to go to another one, and this goes, how does Converge empower and support digital lifestyles, particularly in terms of providing more bandwidth for customers to enjoy seamless integration of digital services, and experience?
Sa akin na naman yan.
Experience.
Sa akin na naman yan. You always choose my question first. So yeah, so what can you do with 300 Mbps? You might ask, right? Or what can you do with even our, we're on promo now, 300, right? Or 1.5. But even with 200, what can you do? There's a lot you can do, right? 4K video, multiple screens, right? And if you have any of you tried, virtual reality, augmented reality, right? All of these kind of new use cases for high bandwidth applications is what's coming. And Converge, what are we? We are the pipe that brings the best of the internet to you, the best connectivity to you. And it's up to the user to bring in the applications, the content, and get that delivered to you in your home, in your business, at your workplace.
Actually, the technology we built, this is a GPON, this is a gigabit PON to the home. No? So this is a fiber, basically fiber, all the way optical to the home. And to our network, is no active component in between. So that means when the technology comes, you need a 2.5G capacity. That's what is software configuration. No? So this is the technology, how fast is we can evolve, because time will come, you can see the applications coming, especially now with this AI, we saw games, virtual reality, so many technology and so many amazing technology come to our life. No? So this is in preparation for that. The technology, the fiber itself, the network connectivity, we don't need to change anymore. We just, time will come, we can prepare to serve everyone homes.
All right, thank you very much. Our next question is, what criteria does Ookla use to determine the fastest internet provider in the Philippines? And how does Converge ICT meet these criteria?
So I'll take that one in terms of the methodology. We apply a very rigorous methodology looking at the quality of the experience. And so many of you, I'm sure, use the speed test app, and many customers download that. They run a lot of different tests. We take a lot of that data, we look at the data. We have a robust statistical model where we look at sort of what the median is, what the variance is, what the distributions are, and then based on the data we collect, and we compare every operator in the market, we compare on multiple different dimensions, and then we look for a statistically significant difference, and where that difference exists, then we grant the award to the winner. And very clearly, having a great network underneath that is very important. So, if you've got a great speed, that's one thing. But to be able to win on multiple dimensions actually takes other aspects in terms of the operations and the design of the network. It comes out in the methodology and the data that we collect. But we really rely on the fact that customers are running speed tests and they're using the app. And they use it very frequently. And it really tests the performance of that network through our servers and through the software that we deploy. So that's how we do it.
Thank you, Stephen. Just to follow up on your answers, I understand you mentioned a few of the details here, but to follow up on that, would you mind sharing insights into Converge's angle on being the most awarded internet provider in the Philippines, especially in light of winning the Ookla Awards for the fastest internet?
I think I kind of touched on that a little bit. You can have an underlying network that's very fast, but to deliver a gaming experience relies on other dimensions of the performance. So you've got to have very good latency, you've got to have very good control of the jitter. To win, it requires customers to give you feedback. So on those other dimensions, we collect the data that allows us to be able to recognize Converge as the leading operator. So as I say, we collect data on multiple dimensions, but we are always looking for the statistically significant difference. And in some countries, for instance, you can have two networks that are very, very close, but you cannot discriminate between the winners. Here, it's very clear, and we can see that in the data.
What I mean is that we have designed the network from day one to make sure that their experience doesn't change. That is block or congestion, as we know. So we have engineered the network such that these things will not happen. And as Mr. Ba was implying, one of the key results there are certain parameters where we are quite way better than the competition. Latency, jitter, packet loss. We have one of the lowest latency networks in the country today, and that is only possible because we designed it that way from day one. As Dennis was saying earlier, we don't have to do much. What we just do is we make sure that we continuously upgrade if necessary. And I guess our benefit being a new operator in relative terms, no? We always bought the latest and the greatest. The others have a problem because to be able to achieve what we did, you have to forklift. You cannot change one box and everything is okay. You have to change everything. And can you imagine the effort on a nationwide basis? In our case, as Dennis said, change a card, change a port, an SFP. Your 1G becomes 10G. On the backbone, we went from 200G, we announced 400G. What was the reaction, by the way, from competition? Silence. And then we announced 800G. We were the first, no? And what was the reaction? Silence. Because it is extremely difficult if you have a legacy network. So it all started from there, and our technology will allow us to sustain this over time without any effort. That is our guarantee.
To add that, no, the technology, fiber is fiber, right? It's optical. But the technology upgrade every year, no? Especially the development of the new chipsets. No? The photonics, which is give the light fibers, now they can split like 1/32. Now is they can split by 1/64. Future is 1/128. Single fiber can split up to 128 fiber. Imagine how big capacity you can do. Just only the photonics alone, right? So now with nanometer chipset from 7 nanometer to 5 nanometer and 3 nanometer. What that means? Computing capacity getting bigger and bigger. So all this, once you design the network